Okay, so as I've said already, I'm a vlogger. I wish to remain anonymous, keep my identity secret. So, as I said, I've talked to you about strange things that have occurred over the years involving this doctor and these strange alien events. So, as I was saying, 2012, a rich guy who claimed he owned the internet, Henry Van Staten, was found on a street corner with his memory wiped. No one knows what happened to him or something, but yeah, says he has no memory of anything. There were rumors that he claimed to have owned an alien museum underground in the States. Also, that year there was a young guy named Adam who went away for a couple of days working in America at this, apparently so. But yeah, he lived a very quiet, private life. Always wore a hat hiding his forehead. I wonder what was going on there, but never speaks about it to anyone or anything. But he does claim he travelled with the doctor and Rose Tyler. No one believes him or anything like that. Oh yeah, so many odd things going on. But does anyone remember, back in the 2000s again, I'm going, when there was a strange incident that involved the London bus that disappeared, and they claimed to be something there that made the bus disappear, and they went to some interdimension, I don't know, but the unit, United Nations Intelligence Task Force, was called at the scene. And the bus that later that evening reappeared with all people surviving except for the bus driver who, well, his bones were found at the scene. And, well, next thing, the bus, even though it was sustained damage, it flew up into the sky. All passengers said that there was this man on the bus with them. Also, there was a wanted fugitive woman, Lady Christina D'Souza. Yeah, this man in a brown suit, calming everyone down and helping everyone out, and apparently piloting the bus to fly. Also, an artifact had been stolen from the British Museum as well that night, Easter time it was. Also, they claimed there was a giant ray flying in the sky too. As I said already, all the passengers have never spoken of this since. They won't come forward with any interviews or anything. Like they signed something from the unit or something, I don't know. But it's bizarre cases, I think. And then, of course, there are, as I've said already, way more stranger things happen out there. Like a house in London, I can't quite remember the name, but people go missing. People that have entered the house have never come out, never to be seen again, except for one young woman named Sally Sparrow. She has not given any information about that and has remained quiet ever since. But there was a statue of an angel in the garden. There was a photo taken by someone before they disappeared off the face of the earth. And they took a photo and it was of an angel. Looked like it was weeping, and then this angel thing's gone. However, there were four angel statues, like in a circle, looking at each other. They were very unnerving. What were they? This was in 2008. Then, of course, there were other weird incidences. Like that year, there was an experiment being conducted by scientist Professor Richard Lazarus, who claimed he built a machine which could de age you, but late that night he was found dead in a local church. Yes, very sad. How he got there, I don't know, but his wife was also reported dead. There was a weird incident of a giant alien, or at least a giant scorpion like monster on the loose. What was that? Also, there was other odd occurrences, as I've said already, like alien creatures activities. 2013, there was some odd things going on, like the blue box seemed lifted by a helicopter being taken into London. Apparently, it was a Derren Brown hoax or something, I don't know, but I don't believe that for a second. I also think as well that year there was strange things going on with an office block, and people working there claim they have no idea how they got there or why they're working there. And then what else happened in the last 20 years, last 18 years? Yeah, Christmas 2009. Bit of a blur, but everyone's Wi Fi went mad, or so they say. But I remember people saying that they could see Harold Saxon laughing in their minds. I don't know what happened, but yeah, that was that. And then there was this whole case in a small Scottish village where there was a big giant eye UFO looking for prisoner zero. Last it was seen was on a hospital rooftop where a man was changing clothes and confronted it. The doctor. It was also that home village of Amy Pond and her soon to be husband Rory Williams. This was in 2008, I believe. 2008, we had a lot of odd things. There was even that incident in 2009 where planets just appeared in the sky, followed by a transmission saying exterminate, then the Daleks flying through the sky and killing everything. But then Earth was then taken home. Yes, that is a weird thing. Very bizarre. But, strange stuff, I know. I'm just trying to think, what else can I remember? Like I said, there have been many odd things, even throughout the 60s and 70s. There is the whole Loch Ness monster that apparently was in Scotland and appeared in the River Thames. Then there was a big, like, machine made for war. The identity of the man in this photo, his identity is unknown, but he was a strange old man that was seen around the blue box. Then there's this three people in the late 1800s called the Paternoster Gang. One of the women looks like a lizard person, and then there was a guy that had a potato-like head. Santaran. And of course, in the 1800s, there was other strange things like Christmas 1851. A giant robot was seen walking along the village. There's no photographical evidence to back this up, but apparently it disappeared after a man in a hot air balloon made it disappear. Then Of course, as well, that year there was a strange occurrence with a T-Rex in the Thames that coughed out what the police thought was an egg but looked like a blue box. The T-Rex disappeared, and of course, the next day a restaurant went floating up in the sky before a man fell out and was impaled on the top of Big Ben. Apparently had only half a face, but photos in that are lost, or they were never taken at all, given it was the 1800s. Yes, and of course, as I've said already, there have been many odd things going on, like 13 Ballerman Road, which was the home of the late journalist Sarah Jane Smith, and her son, adopted son, and his friends. See, Sarah Jane Smith, she was believed to have travelled with the Doctor, although she had claimed she has a friend called the Doctor. In the late 90s, mid 2000s, she was doing an interview and telling everything, unaware that it was being recorded without her consent, and said she saw quite a lot of things, and this information is again lost to the media. But like I've mentioned before, there are strange institutions out there which have been backing away these alien activities. And of course, you probably do know of the institute in, well, there used to be an institute. There was one in London which was in Canary Wharf apparently and was destroyed in the Battle of Canary Wharf in 2006, 2007. Then there's like another one in Glasgow, and the fourth one, the location is unknown. But there is a third base in Wales, Cardiff, that, let's just say in the mid 2000s, Cardiff had a lot of strange things going on. A lot of strange things indeed. Like planets and stuff. Speaking of planets, does anyone remember that Christmas as well in 2010 or 2009 when a red planet was seen heading towards Earth? Kind of reminded me of home, but not the home I remember. I think I'm saying too much there. Okay, I think I'll leave this one there, but probably next time I'll talk about this institute, especially around the strange goings on in Cardiff around the 2000s. I'm talking about, of course, the Torchwood Institute. I'll leave it there for now.